Real estate is a core asset class for Sharia compliant investment, residential and commercial. It forms a very large part of Islamic thought. Real estate is very important. Ownership of real estate, ownership of your own home, ownership of your environment plays a big part in thinking. And so it's natural that a combination of that factor plus the natural affinity for the GCC investors to invest in real estate because they like it. Real estate is a core part of all Islamic banks and finance companies' activity, and that's certainly the case for Securities House and for GSH in particular. We have projects as diverse as entitlement to land planning in San Francisco, retail projects in Turkey. We're looking. We have been very active in the UK market. There's a surprisingly large amount of not just GCC, but Sharia compliant GCC money in British real estate. People expect that the Arabs are investing in Britain in real estate. People know that, but they probably aren't aware of just how much of that is truly Sharia compliant. As another example, these are not your traditional thought of GCC or Arab investors buying prime property in Mayfair. Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg of what's going on. They're involved in creative and development projects as well across Europe. They love the UK market. The UK real estate market has some distinct differences to others. Our lease structures, our legal structures are much more conducive, and British law, UK law and UK regulation are very, very sympathetic with Islamic law and Islamic regulation. It's not just because we have good property in the UK that people like it, it's the whole market around it, and the regulation and the legal structure is also very sympathetic. So although we may invest all over the world, where we like to invest most is Britain. And that's why GSH UK is here, it's because this is the market that we would like to be in. At the moment, the market is going through as much turmoil in commercial and residential as the capital markets. But from the point of view of Sharia compliant investors, they only see that as a bigger opportunity. I touched upon an opportunity which came by accident with our bank to work with an Islamic investor, and came to understand that their economic structure was much more sympathetic to the kind of merchant banking that the city was really built on. It was a very easy decision for me. It was a much more interesting business to enter. Well, I entered that market and I never left. But at that time, people said, "You're mad. You should be looking at foreign exchange. That's where you should be looking at the bond markets. That's where the money's to be made. That's where the excitement is." And I couldn't see that. But it took 25 years really of believing that market would become mainstream before it happened. But now, in the last 5, 6, 7 years, everybody, all the big players, Citibank, HSBC, Deutsche Bank, they're all in the market. It is a big market in London. We have 30 or 40 banks already very active with Windows, plus the 5 wholly compliant banks. It's a big market here. It's a 30, 40 billion pound market in London for sure at the moment at least. London has always been at the heart of solving issues, liquidity issues or whatever it is. So and that can only grow.